Do you think that one of your goals should just be success, or do you think that your goals should trying to be happy?
Most people don't plan to fail, but fail to plan. Failure shapes you, but it's really about family. Be, do, have.
Coach Mike.
Yeah.
What's one challenge that every entrepreneur faces?
You know, the biggest challenge is people were lied to. See, they were told that entrepreneur is this freedom and you wake up at 5 in the morning and you go work out and you drink green smoothies and you have all this free time. The reality is it's not like that. They think entrepreneur is going out and just making money. But the reality is the definition of an entrepreneur is one who solves problems, one who can maneuver through chaos and uncertainty and hold everything together without falling apart personally. And see, when you can solve problems and create systems for it, then that's when you'll become wealthy. But if you continue to try to solve the problems by yourself and implement them yourself, now you're just a mom and pop and you're going to be working in the business. You want to work on the business. That's the biggest challenge of an entrepreneur, is how to deal with chaos and uncertainty and maintain your sanity. And when you can do that and create solutions, that's when you build up. Learning the skill, executing, like if you're an entrepreneur, you're going to have those skills. But the key is managing problems. And you do that, and you create a solution, and you create a system, that's when you'll get well.
So Coach Mike,
Yeah.
have you ever experienced failure? What did you learn from that?
Yeah, I failed and it felt like fire. Failure is nothing but a pile of mistakes that you stand on. Through failure is where you become educated. Failure is sometimes the crossroads, and most people become disappointed or depressed and they get at dis-ease. But the reality is, being at the crossroads gives you the opportunity to make a decision and learn. As I shared earlier, the biggest challenge of an entrepreneur is uncertainty. See, entrepreneurs are trailblazers. You're going in the wilderness, you're going into a forest where there are no trails. Nobody's been there, so nobody has the answer. So nobody knows if you're right or wrong. All you have is a vision for your beacon of light to guide you through. Your faith, prayer, meditation is your vision to get you through, and that creates the trail. And so the problem is the failure shapes you. So yes, I failed. I've been broke. I've been broke in. The first time I started buying properties, I lost it all. I almost went bankrupt. I was homeless. I was couch surfing. My cars got repoed. I got evicted out of my own home. Apparently my mom and dad didn't expect me to come back home at 30, so they painted my room pink and lavender. And I was living back home and they were paying all my bills and I didn't have money to pay my bills. But then I got back in line with God. I got aligned with the universe. I tuned in to what I desired most. And I went from my mom and dad paying my bills to I started paying their bills till I paid their house off. Yes, I failed, but it shaped me. But some people say is that failure, but I call it education. So one thing about entrepreneurship, you have to change your mindset. You can't look at problems as problems. That's why you'll start to hear roadblocks or hurdles, and you address them before they even show up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, see, a lot of times people just jump right in. Most people don't plan to fail, but fail to plan. And so what happens if you begin to work on the plan, one of the first things you need to do, instead of going after all the optimism, what are the things that could be hurdles or roadblocks to keep you from your victory? And once you start analyzing that, so when that challenge comes, you already solved it. That's how you go from a vision to the valley to victory. You know, don't look at it as failing. Look at it as an education. Look at it as training, on-the-job training. But it could be painful. It could be very painful.
Oh, I bet. I guess, like, what's one piece of advice that you would give to an entrepreneur that's just starting out?
The key about being an entrepreneur, I don't care if you want to do real estate, you want businesses, widgets or gadgets, it doesn't matter. You must become that thing. You must change your identity. See, you're only going to attract what you are, not what you want. See, God and the universe works together. right? We're on frequencies, we're on channels, we're on vibrations, we're in tune to each other. You sing, do you realize your words, your voice is singing a tune that's vibrating through your vocal cords, which tunes into a certain frequency, which people tune into and fall in love with your voice while you're singing, tuned into. And so you're attracting that, right? And so if you want to attract wealth, if you want to attract abundance, you must be that thing, because it's only going to come to what it's mirroring. If you want abundance, but you have negative and chaos, abundance can't come to you because you ain't on the same frequency. It's like a radio station. If you listen to classical, you want to hear hip hop, but you keep turning to classical, you ain't going to hear it until you turn it to that station. But you got to have the same desire. And so you're only going to attract what you are. So the biggest thing is the transformation. The Bible says, be not conformed to this world, but renewed by the transformation of your mind. And that's also talking about the transformation of your identity. So you have to become that thing. You have to become that entrepreneur. But then you got to get detailed with it. What type of entrepreneur do you want to be? Do you want to be a book writer? Do you want to own a doctor's practice? Do you want to be construction? But the key thing is knowing that you're a creator. A creator is one that creates, but yet we're so afraid to create because we're afraid, we're embarrassed, we have ego. But remove your ego, become a creator, and become that thing that you desire most, and you'll have it. Okay, what is it? What do you want to be? Do you know yet?
I don't know, but I think something with business.
Okay, some type of business. You want to buy a business?
Like, I think music business.
You want to be in the music business?
I would love that.
You would love the music business.
My dream, yeah.
Okay, that's good, right? In order to get into the music business, you have to become that before you get to it. See, some people say, I will become this once I have it. I will be happy once I have. I'll be happy once I'm in the music business. Mm-hmm. You have to be in the music business now. You have to be your future self now. See, a lot of people think entrepreneur is more business, but it's more spiritual than anything. Everything's more spiritual in alignment. Yes, you got to know the profit and losses. You got to know the expenses. You got to know how to manage people, but you really got to know how to attract that thing and become that. Because when you first start, you don't know how to do it. You don't know anything about the music business. So you got to tell yourself you're in the music business. Then you got to think about it. Then you program yourself. Then next thing you know, you're attracting books that educate you. Then people start coming around you. Like you literally are the magnet. That's all I was thinking about real estate when I was 16 years old. And that's all I think about. And so that's all I attract. So what is it that you want to attract? Become that. That's the key. You know, you can go out and read all the books you want, and I think you'll have some success. But until you identify it and claim it and speak it and live in it and obsess it, identify it, and you'll become it. Be, do, have.
I like that. Be, do, have.
There you go.
Okay, and then we got like one more question. So
okay,
it's like after starting your first business, Coach, like what's something that you wish that you would have done sooner? What's like a lesson that wish you would have known right as you came into your business?
I would have got rich faster. Seriously, one, because I didn't get to enjoy the moments with my family. So at your age, you may not be thinking about it that much. Mm-hmm. But as you get older, man, the money is great, but it's really about family. And the more you can spend time with your family and creating memories, that's the legacy that'll live forever. My father passed away before I paid the house off, before I bought my hotels, and he didn't get to see that. And I don't necessarily regret it, but I wish he could have saw that. My dad was my hater and my inspiration all at once. And my dad loved me, right? And this is one thing you'll learn. Now, you may not experience that. And the reason I say, because your family is a line of entrepreneurs, mm-hmm. right? So they look at things different. Whereas my family, they want entrepreneurs. My grandfathers were, because they ain't had no choice because of segregation. Back then, you were either a coal miner or you were an entrepreneur or a teacher. Mm-hmm. That was it. As a black man in the U.S., that was your choice. That wasn't your choice. That was your only option at the time. And so my grandfathers worked really, really hard. And sometimes they would be mean, right? They were raising 8 or 10 kids and running a business and then come home and taking care of kids. It was rough. And so my father, not hating on purpose, but more concerned that I didn't get help or not wanting me to fail. And he laughed at my goals. As I grew, he was still around because it was because of my entrepreneurship. When he was dying of cancer, I was able to take care of him. I took him everywhere. I spent time with him at the hospital. He knew that, but he didn't get to see me grow and move forward. But yet my father inspired me, and he was one of the greatest men that I ever knew. So in summary, if anything, start earlier so you can create long-lasting memories. You know, a comedian once said, you only got so many Sundays left. You know, Sundays were big days in our family. That's when everybody got together. We had the big meal, and we sat at the table together. We sat with grandma and everybody and mom, and daddy got the big piece of chicken. But start early. Start now. Be your future self now. Don't wait. Just because you're 17, 18.
17.
Start now.
So, Coach Mike, as an entrepreneur, do you think that one of your goals should just be success? Or do you think that your goals should trying to be happy? Like after you become happy, then success will ensue?
That's a life journey question. I would say, first of all, you're deserving of both. But as I shared with you, you attract what you are, and you must tune into that frequency. So in order to attract or identify with that one thing, you must have gratitude. And when you have gratitude, that will bring peace and joy, which then creates happiness. And so when you have happiness, joy, and gratitude, you will attract success because you're tuned in to that frequency. You're tuned into God. You're tuned into the universe. You're tuned into the angels. You're tuned into life so it can bring that, because it starts with yourself. If you're not happy, if you don't have gratitude, like you'll survive without these. But if you want real success, being grateful for the small thing, just being able to walk, talk, have shelter. And some of us are a little more privileged. We got nicer things. There's some people, like today, the lady car broke down. No way to fix it, nothing like that. And I was grateful I had a car just to be able to pick her up, and I had the freedom to take her and not worry about time and take her to a destination to help. That's success, right? But success is whatever you see it. If you want, if your future wife wants to be housewife and raise the kids, that's success. If you want to be a teacher and you became it, that's success. If you wanted to be a garbage man and that was your dream, that's success. Success is how you define it. But if you want real success, learning how to have peace, family, gratitude, joy, that energy, you'll be able to attract whatever it is that you desire. And that's when you'll have true success and happiness.
I love that. Great.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Anything else?
I think I'm good.
You learned something today?
I learned a lot.
Really?
I learned a lot.
What'd you take away today?
I think I got to take away that you have to find, what makes your gears turn, right? Like you got to find your passion. That success is going to follow you right after.
Right. Because when you're in love with what you're doing, they used to say, most people pick up paychecks, but I pick up fulfillment. See, can you go 3 or 6 months without a paycheck? See, I've done that. I went 2-3 years without a paycheck. Gotta love the game. It's gritty. It's gritty. What else you get out?
I mean, I think it's just that's big thing where I think starting young, just getting out there and doing it, and
that's
just
the biggest thing.
Just get in the real world.
Always being in motion.
100%.
Don't think about it, just do it. Especially this age.
Oh yeah.
But guess what? You're gonna Benny.
Yeah, exactly.
You're
gonna learn from it.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Good job, man.
Hey, Coach. Thank you so much.
Anytime, brother.
Appreciate it.
All right.